Hey guys, I wanted to sit down and make a video regarding a lot of the response to the last episode of Cutthroat Pokemon, episode 13. I was really sad to see that there was a lot of good, awesome feedback, and then there's a lot of people that were upset with just some things that happened. So before we go any further, if you haven't watched episode 13, I highly recommend that you do. There will be heavy spoilers. You know, obviously that's just the context of the video. So go watch episode 13. It's called Pandora's Gift. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. There was a save swap event with Pokeathlon, and pretty much the place that you came in, would determine the place save file that you got. So if you came in second place, then you got whoever was in second place, you got their save file. Either way, there was a large amount of backlash in terms of people saying that this wasn't Cutthroat or just the mechanic wasn't good. I hate save file swaps. Pretty sure only 2 out of 5 like it, and I'm pretty sure everyone else doesn't like them either. Please don't do them next season. Sincerely, literally everyone. So is this basically the finale? The winner is extremely clear between the save swaps and Pandora's box. Like, what's the point of them continuing? I said save swaps were stupid like 2 videos ago, so not surprisingly, I'm out. This is twice now that's happened to Pulse. I love Cutthroat. I look forward to it every week, but this is 2 seasons in a row that this has happened to Pulse. It was so far ahead both times. Both times, it had honestly felt like it was just thrown in because Pulse was so far ahead. Kind of a bummer. Also, Elliot is so over-leveled and powerful that losing Pokemon is not going to happen. Three-peat is going to occur. I love Cutthroat, but I can't help but feel disappointed now. Hated the save swap last season and hated this season. Well, I enjoy the series up until y'all switch saves. Stupid rule, not fun for anyone. They all team up on Pulse, which just isn't cool, but even though he's made it through that, to get thrown way back with the dumb minigame is just plain wrong. I hope y'all change the rules next season. I'm out for this one now. I was about to buy Patreon for the next episode, but it's clear who the winner is. At least before the swap, we could see if Pulse could overcome all of the penalties. Now it's just gutted. RIP, season's done. As you can imagine, you know, it was really hard to read through these comments, mainly just for the reason that I heard like so many people that have just given up on Cutthroat Pokemon because of this episode, and you know, that hurts. That's really sad. I have responses to everything, I promise. You know, making Cutthroat Pokemon, and anyone that's a part of this project could tell you that I have made so much. I've put everything in my body into this series. I've had really late nights, really stressful days, and not because I don't like that. It's because I love Cutthroat Pokemon, and I love making you guys happy with Cutthroat Pokemon. Just the other day, I was working on the final credits for it, and it was like 3 a.m. and I had class the next day. But I did it because, like, I believed in the project like so much, and I believe in it so much right now. And that's the main reason why I'm making this video, because I hear you guys. I wanna share with you guys. I wanna have a dialogue with you guys because I think that's really, really important. So I actually have brought onto call 2 other of the players of Cutthroat Pokemon Season 3, Mr. Pulse Effects.
Hi, friend.
And Mr. Galactic Elliot.
What's going on, guys?
I try to do a Steffo impression. I'm terrible.
Before we, I want to share some of their thoughts and everything. I just wanted to share with you guys just a reminder that all of us in Cutthroat Pokemon Season 3, we're like family. We're really close friends. And at the end of the day, you know, Cutthroat Pokemon, the actual competition, it's important. And we're all so into it, and we're all competitive, and we all want to win really badly. But we're also all friends, and we're all doing this for fun. And I just want that to just be a reminder. And we have responses for everything else in the video. I promise you that. But at the end of the day, we're friends. This is actually a group chat that we have with Pulse, Elliot, and I. I know a lot of people are, you know, rooting for Pulse, and maybe they hate you, Elliot. I don't know. But we literally have a group chat that is just the 3 of us, and we just talking it like all day. And I guess with that, I know, Elliot, you had something you wanted to share with everyone after reading some of the comments from episode 13.
I just want to say, first and foremost, love you guys. Secondly, I just wanted to address something real quick. So a lot of people mentioned that Pulse did get save swapped last season, and that is completely true. A lot of people do not remember, however, that deeper into the series, Josh, I believe, used memory and save swap his save file with my save file, which actually ended up with me being, I believe, in 4th place and only having 2 remaining Pokemon left, the rest being dead. Only like 2,000 Pokédollars or something like that to my name. Very little money. I don't remember exactly how much I had. And pretty much barely any good items left. And I thought I was out of it. But with any Cutthroat Pokemon player, you have Cutthroat cards to help you out. And, you know, if it weren't for Cutthroat and having the Dragon card, I would not have been able to come back. So I just want to remind you guys that there is a way that anybody can come back in this series if they have a good enough strategy and if the card is good enough to help them out. So I just want to put that reminder out there, and anything can happen.
And just to add to that, save swap was used twice last season, like Elliot said, and Elliot was even in a worse off place than Pulse is right now. So just to give a little reminder to that, I think that's important to keep in mind. And I know that Elliot has more points than Pulse at this point in the series, but at the end of the day, it's still Cutthroat Pokemon. There are still tasks, and anything can happen. And you'll hear me in my commentary mention that a little bit as well. But I guess the man of the hour, Pulse Effects, all hail, my friends.
Whoa.
I know you have a lot to say.
Oh, definitely. So I gotta say, I have seen so many supporters of me, and I gotta say, it's heartwarming. It's so heartwarming that I feel sick because it's so much love. It's overwhelming, man. I love you guys. I fucking love you guys. But I also wanted to say that something that is like a top of the chart thing for me is competition. That is one thing I absolutely love, and you guys know better than anyone just how much like I can bring something back. All right, so one, I gotta say, don't give up on me, man. Don't give up on me. All right, just like Elliot said, this man came back. I'm pretty sure I still have quite a big chance at it. All right, so don't give up. All right, secondly, I gotta give some love to like everybody else here, because everybody else is also working just as hard as I have been in this whole series. Like Josh has been like probably more stressed than anybody out here when it comes to this crazy series, and man, it's been hard work, and some of these ideas, you know, they can be a little hit or miss for sure, but at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, the fun that we have between friends, and that's what I love about it, man. I know I was defeated like hell this last episode, but like seriously, it's gonna get spicy, and you don't want to miss it. It's coming. Better believe it's coming.
Get crazy.
It's good. It's absolutely gonna get crazy. Like I wouldn't be sitting here with like a smile on my face with like just the most exciting voice or just emphasis if I was just like done and out for the count. It's gonna get spicy, and you seriously don't want to miss it.
Like I've been telling people from episode 8 and on, this series just becomes absolutely crazy. And people thought season 2 was insane, but season 3, guys, I'm not just saying this, is even crazier than season 2. The amount of spiciness that you guys are about to see is going to blow you away.
And that's a promise. We're not just selling it. It is a promise that we are going to keep. So the first thing I want to bring up is there was a lot of people saying that this season of Cutthroat is done. It's decided. There's nothing that can change. It's really obvious. And I just want to say there are over 20 episodes of Cutthroat Pokemon, and believe me when I say that it's not over. I'm not saying who won by like using those words, but I'm just saying this series is packed with a lot more stuff. It's Cutthroat Pokemon, and anything can happen. And I promise that to you. So just before anything else, please know that. It is hella worth a watch. I wish that I could share with you guys, but I guess that would just spoil a lot of things. So just please know that. Know that first things first. Second, I want to give just some context as to why we have used the save swap mechanic. But first, before that, I hear you guys. You don't like the save swap mechanic. if nothing else, if it happens again, if there is a season 4, and if we are looking at doing a save swap, we will make it different. We will make it in a way that will be more fair or more competitive. Our goal with this save swap was to make it so it wasn't just points, but there was a competition. And I know some people think that's a dumb mini game or something, but at the end of the day, it was a competition, and Pulse could have beaten everyone, or he could have lost to everyone. And at the end of the day, he didn't. But as far as the actual save swap goes and the sort of ideology behind it, as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, Cutthroat Pokemon is inspired by Cutthroat Kitchen. Cutthroat Kitchen is pretty much the same thing as Cutthroat Pokemon in nature, just with cooking. It's on the Food Network, and it's actually a really good show. I recommend that you guys give it a watch. It's really fun. Everyone has money that they can buy penalties to use on each other, like actual money. And what they've done quite a few times is entire kitchen swaps. So let's say that the dish you have to make in 30 minutes is macaroni and cheese. 15 minutes in, you would have to completely swap your kitchen, including the ingredients and everything that they were working on. And I found that so chaotic and so fun. I loved it. And a lot of the inspiration from this series is with Cutthroat Kitchen. And, you know, in the Cutthroat Kitchen episodes, when that happened, you didn't have any of your original stuff. Not your original utensils, not your original ingredients. The whole point of it was that you have to adapt to what is dealt to you. And that is one of my missions with Cutthroat Pokemon, is to make it so anything goes. Anything is on the table. And I know it seems like really obvious to some people, the end of the series, but that may not be the end of the series. And I promise you guys that there is a lot of crazy stuff that happens in the rest of the series. And the idea of the series, the fundamental backbone of the series, is that anything is possible, and it's up to you to try and deal with that. And the save swap is a really fun way of doing that. Someone gave a suggestion to make it a team swap, and I think that's also a great idea. There are a ton of great ideas with Cutthroat, and I think that the limits of Cutthroat are just endless. You could do anything with Cutthroat, and that is why I love it so much. And I'm so sorry to anyone that doesn't enjoy that, but I plead to you to just try to wrap your brain around it being something really challenging. If nothing else, part of the philosophy is that Pulse is on a completely different skill level than everyone else. All of us are casual players, and Pulse is used to beating this game in 3 hours, 4 hours to get up to Red, and we're only going up to Lance. He's used to beating Lance, what, maybe 2 hours in? So it's up to us to level the playing field effectively. And at the end of the day, Pulse has all of the same tools as us. So does Elliot, and so does everyone else. We all have 100,000 points to start off, and we all have tasks. At the end of the day, the better player that you are, the bigger of a target that you have on your back. And if all of the ammunition that's used on you because you're a target sets you so far behind, then you become less of a target. And that's sort of the idea behind the Cutthroat Pokemon ecosystem. It all is supposed to balance out in some way in the end. If you're a really good player, then you'll have more cards used on you. And then you'll fall more behind and you'll become less of a target. And I understand that everyone thinks that we're dogpiling on Pulse, but I promise you that the Cutthroat Pokemon ecosystem works. It's an economy in a sense. And that's the idea behind it. It's supposed to facilitate chaos in a really awesome way. It's supposed to challenge players in a way that they've never been challenged before. And if nothing else, it's just supposed to be a really funny series. And I know that Pulse he seemed really sad and really upset. He was in the moment, but he got back up. And even to this day, he laughs at what happens in the Pokeathlon. I promise you guys that. I personally have put so much on the line for this series because I believe in it. I wouldn't do that if I didn't believe so much in what Cutthroat Pokemon can be. And I think it is something that we can all unite under as something really cool that challenges what a Pokemon Nuzlocke is, because it's more than a Pokemon Nuzlocke now. And I think that's what's really cool about it. Regardless, I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry that a lot of people really didn't like this, but I hope that you can see my vision, and I see your guys's too. I hope that we can reach a common point through this and enjoy what we've made. Cutthroat Pokemon at this point is fully recorded and it's fully edited and it's done. So there's nothing we can go back and change, but I wouldn't go back and change anything. I want you guys to see what we made, and I hope that you can give it that shot. And if you do, I thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I've put so much into this project, and I hope that you guys can feel that when you watch it and hopefully enjoy it. So engage in some healthy dialogue in the comment section. I'll have a close eye on it. Any conversation between people, just be nice to each other. No need to name call or be aggressive. Just talk with each other, see what you all think, and I will be in there as well, like I said. Thank you guys so much for giving this a shot. Thank you guys for listening to me. Trust me, it is crazy, and it's supposed to be crazy. And I got goosebumps when I saw the save swap task. So I only want you guys to feel the same. And at the end of the day, Cutthroat Pokemon, just remember this. It's Cutthroat Pokemon. Anything can happen.